All right, we just got physically beat on both lines of scrimmage. First half, you can't run it. You can never establish anything in the run game. They pin the ears back and rush pretty well. And defensively, got guys at the point of attack.
It's good to the camera.
And it's hard to understand at times. It seems like we're a decent tackling team at times, and other times we're not. But you got to get off blocks. You got to make tackles. You got to be willing to stick your face in there and tackle. And unfortunately, we just didn't do that tonight, especially in the first half. Settled down, played a little better in the second half.
Hang on, I'll go back to two. I'm going to go back to two.
Responded in the game and came around and did respond in the second half.
I'm in two.
So we'll continue to there'll be some bumps in the road. We said it last week. We'll continue to move forward and get
nothing
better
on two.
Football team.
Will, did you think that the reshuffling of the offensive line, not coming back in there, did that have something to do with the blocking, or just MSU's defense?
No, I think I credit those guys. I mean, I think they whipped us twice on third down situations for sacks.
Yeah, the shotguns in one.
First two
The
third
shotguns
downs
in
the
one.
game. And then, we had a hard time running it. They really jammed everything up inside. We went to some of the perimeter run game in the second half, which helped us. So I credit them. They whipped us.
What problems did you see with their defense and their quarterback and the success running?
You got to tackle. They were 70-yarder. We had three guys at the point of attack. So we're going to work on tackling and getting them on. And you got to like it.
Hang on.
You got to actually like to stick your face in there and tackle somebody. And we are where we are. We're going to improve. We're going to get better. We're going to do what guys are willing to do. I assure you of that. It's hard to be a really good defensive player if you don't like to tackle. You don't really stick your face in the fan and like it. Let's be honest with you. Cut to the chase. Call it like it is. And we got some folks out there that, and you know what? We don't have a lot of options right now, but we're going to have some kind of moving forward.
Well, what did you think of McElwain's boys in the second half?
I thought he did a nice job. I thought he went in there and created some plays for us. And we'll evaluate the tape and move forward. But again, I like our guys resolved in the second half to go out and compete. And it was good.
What made you want to go with Brandon in the second half?
Well, we weren't doing anything in the first half, so we needed to change it. So at the end of the day, we felt like we just change some things up. It's no different than changing a receiver or running back or tight end or an offensive lineman. You need to do something different.
Will, did you see enough from Brandon that you would think of starting him next week?
Well, we need to evaluate that right now. I don't want to step out on that. But again, it was not one position's fault. It was not Perry Orr's fault the way we played.
Was it a step back from last week as far as tackling goes? Did you like what you saw last week versus this week?
Yeah, but they create more space plays. So they create more one-on-ones the way they run their offense. So it's not as tight area tackles. When you miss a tight area tackle, it's not as it doesn't hurt you as much as opposed to a tackle in space when you miss one. And so again, we just gotta find some guys to tackle.
Were you expecting as many of the RPOs since they were done with the quarterback?
Yeah. Prepared for it. We had guys at the point of attack. Go back and watch the tape. You'll see it.
You guys played two tight ends for a lot of the game. What kind of do that?
Well, it creates an issue for the defense to prepare for as far as whether we're going to create some blocking surface issues and we're not. Hayden's a guy that can split out and do some things in the slot, so can KC. I thought we did some decent things with those guys at times. We need to narrow down more about our identity and what we are, and we're going to do that.
Will, do you have to know how Chad's done, Blake Camper, those guys went down and take the game?
And Chaz has some ribs, and I'll know more tomorrow about where those are, but he couldn't return to the game. Devo has a hamstring. In the first play of the game, we got it dialed up exactly the look we want. It's a touchdown. So we just got to run through the catch, and he tweaked it there. Blake's got an ankle. I don't know how serious. Jacob had an ankle that was ready to return the game. And I think Corey Helms had either a knee, I think he's okay.
As you sit here right now, Will, what's your gut feeling that your identity should be or will be offensive?
Well, I think, moving forward, we got to be able to create more things in the run game. We had a hard time running the ball in the first half. So, whether it's quarterback legs or whatever it is, we've got to create some more things in the run game to be able to create some things for us explosively down the field. And so we'll go back and look at it and come up with some answers.
Is that blocking?
Well, I it's a lot of things in my opinion. It's, you know, from the standpoint of running back position, you gotta have more guys step up. You know, at times, you know, we cut some guys loose, you know, whether it's on the perimeter, because we did have some perimeter runs called, you know, block on the perimeter as well, you know, on the edges of guys, you don't get to square down the middle. So there are several things that fall that we just need to get correct.
Quarterback rotation, if you already answered it, how did you come into the game thinking that would work, and how did
Well,
you decide to make the switch?
because of the way Perry played in the first game and his preparation, he's practiced well. And felt like he deserved the opportunity, and we just weren't getting anything going. And it wasn't all Perry's fault. I mean, Perry, first ball was there. We should have made the play. Bottom line. I mean, so it wasn't all Perry's fault. We thought we needed to change something up, and I think we did get a little spark going a little bit. Of course, they changed a little bit how they were playing defensively. You know, they didn't want to give up any big plays. So there was obviously some things there at the time. So we will evaluate that as we move forward.
With Brandon missing some throws there in the late second half, do you think about going back to Perry at all?
Not at that time. I mean, again, we moved the ball decently well, and you know, just again, the more snaps he gets, the better he's going to play.
Chris Lamont, was he injured when you swapped Jamarcus in there, or you just want to?
No, you got to tackle to play defense in South Carolina. So it's a kind of
We'll down 24-0 at half. Instant message. Going
just respond, and they did. You know, just respond, play with effort, play with intensity, play the way you're capable of playing, and they did. We responded in the second half. I was very pleased with how our guys came out and played. First half wasn't indicative of who we are.
Did you feel like the short look you had at Nick Fitzgerald on tape hurt your defensive preparation, or
We
your
had
guys?
go back and watch the tape. We had guys on attack. You got tackle.
More specifically, though, hurt your guys in understanding what he could do to you?
I don't think so. I think he executed some things well, and you got to tackle them. That's the bottom line. You got to play blocks. You got to get off blocks. You got to shed blocks. You got to run to the ball. You got to tackle. I mean, there's, you know, you throw a hitch, you got to tackle. You got to put the guy on the ground. Scholarship, do it.
In terms of the offensive line struggles, do you feel some of those were more schematic, or more just guys getting deep one-on-one?
No, I think the 2 third downs, that was a one-on-one win for Mississippi State. There's no doubt about that. But there were some, some things that we can go back and look at schematically, a little more 3 down front than we had looked at. And again, we got to just continue to improve what we're doing.
Coach.
All right, thanks.